Hello, my name is John Durigi. I'm an application engineer with the Agilent Technical Contact Center, and today I'd like to talk to you about the software that's required to control and automate the N7744A optical multiport power meter. The N7744A is an instrument that's part of a broader class of instruments Agilent offers, which is specifically focused on optical manufacturing test. All of the instruments are 1 UI high, half rack width wide, and offer control interfaces to communicate via GPIB, LAN, and also USB. As part of the instrument classes, we offer optical sources, optical attenuators, optical power meters, and also optical switches. And there's a single software package which is used to communicate with all of the instruments that are part of the product family, and that's what I'd like to talk to you about today.
There are two software packages that are required to interface with the N7744A power meter. One is the Agilent IO Library Suite, and the second is the N77xx Viewer program. Both of these can be independently downloaded from the Agilent website, but an easier approach to manage the software is to use a utility offered by Agilent called the Package Manager. You can download the Package Manager from the URL listed in the video, www.agilent.com/find/N7700. This utility manages the download, the installation, and revision control for all of the Agilent software which interfaces with the photonic equipment. We'll specifically focus on the N77xx software, so take a minute right now to go to the Agilent website, download the Package Manager, install both the Agilent IO Library Suite and also the Viewer program, and then we'll work through the process of communicating to the N7744A power meter. And so now that you've downloaded and installed both the Agilent IO Library Suite and the N77xx Viewer program, we can establish a link between the power meter and the PC. So go ahead and turn on the power meter, connect a USB cable between the power meter and the PC, and we can open up a utility called the Agilent Connection Expert. This is part of the IO Library Suite, and the easiest way to get to the utility is to navigate to the toolbar, look for a blue IO icon, and then select the Agilent Connection Expert. You'll see all the interfaces that are available to talk to Agilent instruments. Right now we're connected via USB, so let's go ahead and select Refresh All. And it finds the N7744A connected via USB, and we can quickly test communication by right-clicking and sending a simple command to the instrument to ask it what its name is. The star ID and query comes back with the name, the serial number, and also the firmware revision on the N7744A. The next step is to launch the N77xx Viewer program, and we'll go ahead and do that here shortly. And so once you've established communication to the power meter over LAN, USB, or GPIB, we can go ahead and open up the N77xx Viewer program. And the first thing we need to do is have it connect to the instrument. You'll notice that it goes out and finds all of the instruments that are pre-configured in the Agilent Connection Expert. In this case, we're connected over USB, so we'll select the USB interface, and we'll go ahead and connect to the power meter. The first thing you'll see is that there is an independent tab for each of the power meter channels that lets you set the wavelength, the averaging time, and other parameters. There's also an overview tab that lets you see the power on each channel all at the same time. We can open up a new window specific to a certain channel on the power meter. And there's also a min-max application, which allows us to monitor the min-max power over a certain acquisition window. The last thing that's very helpful with the N77xx Viewer, especially if you're communicating over LAN, is it lets you determine what the current LAN address is for the instrument. And we can find that by going to the Instrument pull-down menu, selecting Configure Interfaces, and you can see it immediately tells us what the current LAN address is. This is helpful if we'd like to talk to the instrument over LAN. We can go back to the IO libraries, add an instrument, and then manually enter the IP address. In order to talk to the power meter.
Thanks for taking the time to review the operation of the N77xx Viewer. If you have any questions at all, please contact your Agilent local support team. We're here and ready to help. In the Americas, you can reach us at 800-829-4444.